Traveling with medications in 2026 isn't what it used to be, and most people don't realize that until they're standing at airport security being pulled aside. What used to be a simple toss-it-in-your-bag moment has quietly become one of the easiest ways to trigger delays, questioning, or full bag searches. Especially if you don't understand how enforcement actually works now. Welcome to Before You Fly, where we make sure surprises happen on your trip, not at security. Here's the uncomfortable truth travelers learn the hard way. TSA didn't rewrite medication rules, they tighten how strictly those rules are enforced. And that difference is huge. Every week, people miss flights not because they're carrying illegal drugs, but because they packed perfectly legal medications the wrong way, declared them incorrectly, or assumed the rules were common sense. They are not. So before we talk about packing strategies, you need to understand what you're actually allowed to bring through airport security in 2026, because confusion starts here, and this is where most mistakes happen. The good news first, TSA allows FDA-approved prescription medication in any form: pills, liquids, creams, injections, or medical devices, and quantity doesn't matter when it's medically necessary. Liquid prescription medications are fully exempt from the strict 311 liquids rule. That surprises a lot of travelers, because normal liquids face tight limits. Under standard rules, everyday liquids must be in containers of 3.4 ounces or less, all inside a single quart-size bag. That applies to toothpaste, shampoo, drinks, and many food items. But prescription liquid medications, and medically necessary liquids, are completely separate. They should never be mixed into your regular liquids bag. Instead, remove them and declare them directly to the officer. That simple step often determines whether screening is smooth, or turns into a full inspection. If you use insulin, injectable pens, prescription creams, or temperature-sensitive medications, you're allowed to bring what you need, including ice or gel packs to keep them stable. And this is where many travelers relax, then make their next mistake. Because there's one category TSA does not bend on. Medical marijuana and CBD products containing more than 0.3% THC are not allowed, period. Not in carry-ons, not in check bags, and not even with a prescription. Federal law overrides state rules during air travel. Travelers get burned because they assume past success guarantees future approval. It doesn't. The one time you assume no one will check is usually when they do. Now, most solid medications, pain relievers, allergy pills, vitamins, are unrestricted. Many medically necessary liquids are also exempt when declared properly. However, one quiet update catches people off guard. Hand sanitizer is no longer treated as a special exception. It must follow standard liquid limits. Medical devices remain permitted. CPAP machines, insulin pumps, and syringes paired with injectable medication are allowed, but knowing what's permitted is only half the battle. How you pack medications is where travelers unintentionally create problems. Technically, pills don't have to stay in original bottles, but unlabeled medications invite questions, and questions invite delays. The safest move is keeping prescriptions in labeled containers whenever possible. Labels answer questions before they're asked, especially important for controlled substances where laws vary by state. If you prefer pill organizers, protect yourself. Keep photos or copies of prescription labels. It takes seconds and can prevent long explanations. Another mistake is packing only the exact amount needed. Flights get cancelled. Weather shifts plans. Always carry extra, ideally 5 to 7 additional days, and coordinate refills ahead of time. Liquid medications should stay in labeled containers to prevent confusion with toiletries. Supporting documentation, prescriptions or a doctor's note, adds legitimacy, especially when traveling with sensitive medications. Cooling packs are allowed for medical use, but keeping them fully frozen reduces extra screening. Next comes a rule experienced travelers swear by. Never put essential medications in checked luggage. Never rely on your carry-on suitcase. Always keep them in your personal item, the bag that stays with you. Airlines frequently gate-check bags when overhead space fills. If medication is inside, you lose immediate access. Your personal item is your safety zone. Organization matters just as much. A dedicated, clear medical kit keeps everything visible and separate from toiletries. TSA officers can quickly identify contents without digging through your belongings, dramatically reducing secondary screening. For temperature-sensitive medication, insulated travel cases with gel packs provide reliable protection. Even when packed perfectly, the checkpoint interaction matters. When approaching security, be proactive. Inform officers you're carrying medical liquids or devices. Don't wait for them to notice. Remove your medical kit just like your liquids bag. If you use internal or external medical devices, notify officers beforehand. Additional screening is routine. Trying to slip through creates delays. Few travelers realize TSA offers free resources to prevent confusion. The My TSA app lets you check items before packing. Ask TSA provides quick answers directly from representatives. And TSA Cares, a little-known assistance program, allows travelers to request guided screening support in advance. It's not only for disabilities. Anyone needing reassurance can use it. Domestic travel may feel manageable, but international travel is where assumptions become risky. TSA approval does not guarantee acceptance abroad. Medication laws vary drastically. Drugs common in the US may be restricted or banned elsewhere. Cold medicines with pseudoephedrine, ADHD medications, or certain sleep aids can trigger serious issues depending on the country. Supply limits also differ. Travelers are detained every year because they assumed legality traveled with them. It doesn't. Research destination rules early. Embassy resources are often the most reliable starting point. Preparation separates calm travelers from stressed ones. A simple doctor's letter explaining your medications adds credibility. Smaller labeled travel bottles reduce scrutiny. A detailed medication list, including generic names and dosages, provides clarity, especially when translated for international travel. Also check airline updates. Policy changes can affect handling or screening expectations. The guiding principle is simple. Control your medication, and you control your trip. Traveling with medication in 2026 isn't dangerous. Traveling unprepared is. The system rewards precision. Small mistakes can lead to delays, confiscation, or missed flights, all avoidable with preparation. Remember, know what's allowed and what isn't negotiable. Use labeled containers whenever possible. Keep medications in your personal item. Declare medical liquids and devices proactively. Research international rules seriously. Follow these habits and medication travel becomes routine. Ignore them and even a short flight can turn into a stressful lesson. Before you pack next time, create a reusable checklist. Consistency prevents last-minute mistakes, especially when rules evolve. And that's exactly why Before You Fly exists, to help you avoid airport surprises before they happen. If this helped you, stick with us for updates whenever travel rules change, because they always do. We'll see you in the next video.